if you use a Chromium browser on Linux, for the past 16, 15 years, something like that, I think it's going on its 16th year, you would notice that if you scroll, especially if you've come from Windows, you'll notice that if you scroll, the scrolling speed is pretty low. It feels like it's about half of what the scrolling speed is on Windows. This isn't some weird Linux issue per se. It's technically related to Linux, but the issue is an issue directly in Chromium. So, if you look up on just like any search engine, Chromium Linux scroll speed, you will find a lot of people being like, why is the scroll speed so low? Why is the scroll speed bad? How do I fix the scroll speed? What is up with the scroll speed? Some people used to fix it with an application called imwheel, or IMwheel, whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it. There's also this extension here called, why can I not? There. It's like, where is the extension? This extension here called Linux Scroll Speed, which basically just tries to replicate the Windows scroll speed on Linux. I don't know what would happen if you tried to install the extension on Windows. I'm not sure. Maybe it would still work. Maybe it would just like do nothing. I don't know. Try it. If you got a Windows install, go and install the Linux Scroll Speed extension. This makes it scroll like it should under Linux, under Windows. If I go and disable it, because Brave still is not updated to the newer version. How do I disable it? How do I disable extensions? Manage extension. Brave is not updated to the newer version of Chromium. Here we go. So that's disabled. And if I reload the page now, so I've got to like scroll a lot more to actually do the scrolling. Yeah, for about 15 or so years, that issue had existed inside of, where's the extension? That one. That issue had existed inside of Chromium. And the issue was actually something really simple. Actually, this is I think it's the new issue. No, that's wait. No, this is the old issue. So, the issue was originally made this one was in 2015. And actually got closed as won't fix because the developer didn't understand what the problem actually was. They thought it was something completely different. The line size is the same between all platforms. I think this is the difference between how many lines the OS scrolls with each mouse will tick. On Windows and probably Linux, that's a configurable setting of the OS, so you probably just need to adjust that setting. This tracks aligning the line size of IE and Edge on Windows specifically. I don't think there's anything to do on the Chrome side here. Feel free to reopen it if I missed something. And the person who actually made the issue was like, yeah, you did miss something. Literally look at this demo and you'll see that you have no idea what you're talking about. This person then reopened it, and then there was some other discussion happened, and they closed it again. Also, not understanding what the problem actually was. This issue then sort of devolved into chaos, with users being like, guys, this is not a problem on Linux. This is a problem in Chromium. Fix the problem. This went on for a very, very long time. And then, I believe last year, yes. Let me find the issue. The new one. Is this last year? Is this last year? Is this the year before? When was this made? What am I scrolling? No, scroll here. What the fuck am I scrolling? Oh, God, there's a giant wall of text. I love it. Where's the wall of text? And, yeah, last year. So the end of... Wait, no, it's 2023, isn't it? 2021, so the year before last year. 2 years ago. Maybe like a year and 3 months ago. So this issue was made. It was like a collection of a bunch of different issues, all like merged into one issue report. Don't report issues like this. Split your issues out into a bunch of like separate things just to make it easier on the developers to work things out. And a developer in here actually worked out what the problem was. So the problem actually was an issue in Chromium. The issue was caused by Chromium trying to be consistent on Linux. So Chromium on Linux uses a pixel value, so each scroll, of 53, which is said to be the same as GTK+, whereas on Windows, it's 120. So it's actually a bit more than half the speed. The funny thing is, Firefox is actually higher than Chromium is at 130, so it felt even worse. Literally the only problem was they set a number too low. Now, there would be a much better solution that could have fixed this like a decade ago. Make the number configurable. Let me change the number. That's all that had to happen, and the problem would have never existed. At all. Because if it defaults to being too low, you can change it. But no, that's too difficult. Let's just, like, change it to what it is on Windows and then pretend that never happened. Which, you know, is like a fine, totally fine fix. But doesn't address the issue that some users still want it to scroll faster. Like, if you want it to be faster than Windows, well, you can't do that. You gotta, like, do it with iMwheel, or you gotta do it with, like, some weird modification in, like, your mouse settings, things like that. I don't know why it was so difficult just to expose a little setting that lets you change a number. Why? Why is that so difficult? I have an answer, but as of Chromium 109, which is released now, was released I guess for you guys like 2 weeks ago maybe. And when was this released? No, sorry. I guess, actually no. It was... Right, okay, no, this is different. The 109 update was said to be coming this... Wait. No, it was ready for the 109 release, which came out, like, a little bit ago. The change to the mouse wheel scrolling speed has also affected the speed of precise scrolling with touchpad on a ThinkPad laptop. I'm using Google Chrome on Ubuntu. Why the hell are you using Google Chrome on Ubuntu? Previously the scroll speed matched the scrolling speed in other Ubuntu apps, or at least was close enough that I couldn't tell the difference. But now it is much faster. If I change it system-wide, it'll be slow in other applications. Oh, so this is just like another justification to make it user configurable, expose the setting to, like, easily be changed by a user. If they want to go set it back to the old number, they can have it be the old number. If they want it to be the new number, they can be the new number. Or at least like a toggle, back and forth. How difficult is it to make a toggle to change a number? The answer is probably not very difficult. Path of least resistance. Path of least resistance. That's what you got to do. Put in the least amount of effort to get the most amount of results. The worst part about this is it's a Chromium problem, and a lot of Chromium devs are paid to be Chromium devs. So it's not even like the general open source issue of, you know, no one making any money. This is Chromium. A lot of these people are employed by Google. Like, in this case, there's sort of no excuse for someone just to not do it properly.